Hope to see you all this year in Ireland for Samhain. Your servant, Prof. A. Winters. Pumpkin emoji, pumpkin emoji, pumpkin emoji, ghost emoji, winky face emoji, sacrificial goat emoji. Oh, why hello. Welcome to another episode of Professor Winters' Library of Horrors. I am your humble host, Professor Alistair Winters, and this is my Library of Horrors, where once a week I go down into my vault and bring back a feat of cinematic terror sure to amaze and horrify you. You must forgive my rudeness when you arrived. I was just texting some friends on a group thread that we all share. I got on the internet hoping that I would feel more connected to my friends and colleagues from around the world, but often I find I feel more isolated and alone than ever. On top of his altered sleep schedule, the time difference to Transylvania makes it incredibly hard to communicate with Dracula. The creature from the Black Lagoon keeps bringing his phone underwater, and I find it distinctly unsatisfying to video chat with the Invisible Man. As for the rest of my friends, they simply ghost me. With more and more people confessing to these feelings of isolation and loneliness, perhaps this cyber world we have created is not all it cracked up to be. Perhaps there really are ghosts in the system. We will be exploring these themes in tonight's feature presentation, a movie often considered to be the preeminent example of a wave of films created in Japan in the early 2000s, now collectively known as J-horror. When we think of J-horror, two films in particular come to mind: The Ring and The Grudge. However, there were many films released in Japan during this time that equally demand your attention. Movies like tonight's presentation, as well as The Audition, Dark Water, and The Curse. Japan has a rich history of horror cinema dating back to 1960. These movies often draw upon Japan's dark, ghostly folklore for inspiration. However, it wasn't until the 2000s that mainstream Hollywood finally took notice. Sadly, the story becomes more sinister at this point. Hollywood production companies would buy the distribution rights to these films only to block their entrance into the United States, so as to funnel audiences into the American remakes. This is true of tonight's presentation. Director Kiyoshi Kurosawa released the film in Japan in 2001. However, it wasn't until 2005 that the Weinsteins finally released the movie in the United States, a year before the American remake was to hit. So tonight, enjoy the original Japanese version of Kiyoshi Kurosawa's existential masterpiece, Pulse.